The third one day between Bangladesh A and New Zealand A. And we're live from Sylhet International Stadium, Crown 2, in both the one days.
Bangladesh captain Nurul Hassan Sohan, who will flip the coin. Heads is the call. Heads it is. Nick, what would you do?
We're going to look to have a bowl.
And this is how the Bangladesh 11 looks like. So many changes. So this is the correct platform for testing the bench strength for both the sides. And Bangladesh A are opting to do that. Rice Mariu and Folks. And as I already mentioned, this can be a great platform for the players like Enamul Haq Bijoy as well as Naim Sheikh, and should bat with a cool and composed mind. Mohammad Naim Sheikh, 120 matches in the list a career. Ashok, and this man did also have a couple of good starts, but was failed to convert those. Jack Folks will start the proceedings for New Zealand A, and he gets underway with a couple of slips in position. Right on the money. Etched! Naim gets alive, and that one trickles away to the fence. This could be the first blood for New Zealand A and Jack Folks. Naim Sheikh survives. Look at that steep bounce. Naim Sheikh had no clue whatsoever. Bit of shape as well, which was moving away. The fielder jumped from second slip, but was edged. And this time around it's carried. Naim Sheikh can't use the life he got. And the catch goes to the second slip once again. And this time around, it's taken. A short stay for the Bangladesh opener comes to a close. Once again, it was shaping away. No feet movement at all. He just threw his bat, just poked it. And Rice Mariu takes a good catch. Naim departs scoring 4. Bangladesh A are 4 for 1. That's nicely played by Saif. And that's through the gap as well. Will trickle down to the rope. And that's the first boundary for him as well after 2. Bangladesh A are 9 for 1. Slightly short. Not in full control was Saif Hassan. Nonetheless, he gets through the gap and short, pulled. There's a fielder away from him. One bounce over the fence. Saif Hassan gets another boundary to complete the third over. Bangladesh A are 16 for 1. A short delivery. The trap was set because there was a fielder stationed at deep mid wicket, but Saif played that shot beautifully to elude that fielder. And it was well away from the fielder as well. He played it nicely in front of square. Edged. And that's number 2 for New Zealand A. This is the movement I was talking about, that Bijoy has to be watchful. Once again, a little away swinger from Leicester. And Bijoy just pokes at it. 2 early wickets for New Zealand A. And Bangladesh A in a spot of bother. Once again, a beautiful delivery. Once again, no feet movement at all from Bijoy. He stood his ground and went for the shot. Bijoy goes for 2. It's 16 for 2 Bangladesh shapes. And there's a short leg as well. A quick call. Initially there was a bit of confusion. However, they completed nicely. That's an overthrow. And 5 runs for Bangladesh A.
Wow, beautifully done. Saif Hassan gloriously gets the boundary through the covers. I've been talking about that he's worked on his front foot play Likes to play through the covers, inside out shots as well. And something interesting's happened. Just because I've played the cover drive, there's an extra fielder now fielding at cover point. And that cover point fielder is very close in. Driven. Wow. How good does that look? And it races away for another boundary. The second one in the over. Saif Hassan is on song. Bangladesh after 7, 34 for 2. How good does that shot look? You always like seeing a batter coming to the front foot, playing the cover drive. And this was on the up. Driven nicely into the gap. Does it go all the way? Yes, it does. It's a boundary to finish things off. Wow. Saif Hassan continues where he left off. It's another boundary through the covers. What a great shot that was. Take a look. Just opening the face of the bat, bringing the front foot. Wow, cuts it away this time. One bounce to the boundary. So 4-2, and again a 4. As the Bangladesh A team 50 comes up, 52 for 2. You see it playing it late, moving on to the back foot. Ooh, now he goes for it. There is a fielder, and it's taken. Saif has to depart. He falls for the trap. And that's a fantastic catch taken at the deep square leg boundary. Jaden Lennox comes in, and he takes the wicket with his second ball. And it's a man who was playing all sorts of shots, all sorts of good-looking shots, who has to depart. And Saif Hassan, he's gone for 31. There we see it. Couldn't help himself. There was a fielder, as I mentioned. Couldn't keep it on the ground. And a fantastic catch taken by Ashok. With square leg. Oh, now that's an appeal and it's gone. Comes in and takes a wicket immediately, does Ashok Aditya. And it's the wicket of Afif. Really didn't get time to settle down. He's not happy with that dismissal. Another wicket, their fourth one. Let's have a look. Yeah, pitching in line looks very plumb. Looks very plumb from here. You cannot bring your front foot and not miss the ball or not hit the ball. Bangladesh in a bit of trouble now. Whoa, the googly. And brings about the outside edge. It is racing away towards the boundary. The chase is on. The ball wins the race. Chauhan gets his first 4. And I was talking about some of the players that New Zealand will be happy that they've done well despite losing the series. There you go. The outside edge. Another player I must mention did well in the last. Down the track. Using his feet. Getting to the pitch of the delivery and getting a boundary. Pressure releasing shot by Rabbi.
First sign of aggression from him. He used his feet, came down the pitch, and hits it straight enough to beat the mid-on fielder.
Into the gap once again. A chase for the fielder. Ball wins the race again. Back-to-back boundaries from Rabbi.
Ashok, Rabbi took the full advantage of it. Just look at that. Pure timing, just timing. Didn't try to overhit.
Oh, pulled away. It's high and into the gap. Two fielders giving it chase. But the ball once again winning the race.
The valiant effort from Mohammad Abbas goes in vain. It was way too short. Rabbi just rocked back and pulled it away. It was in the gap. But despairing dive from Abbas. Then again, he fails to stop.
Nicely. All along the carpet, Yasir Ali Rabbi Chaudhry gets another boundary.
Beautiful. Very well placed. Effortless. Just look how effortlessly he played. Away from the short fine leg fielder.
Whoa! What a delivery.
Come on.
How do you play that? Absolute ripper. Not much of a celebration, but that is a massive moment in this match because the man in form, Nurul Hasan Chauhan, is gone.
That's a peach of a delivery. Just look at that. He was looking to guide it towards deep third, but the slip was wetting. Caught. Nur Hasan Sohan departs scoring 12 from 25.
Good looking shot. Well played, well swept. 4 more to Rabbi. Oh, now that's short and pulled away, muscled away. It's going all the way for a maximum from the bat of Yasir Ali Rabbi Chaudhry. A 6 to finish things as the 100 comes up for Bangladesh A. After 20, it's 100 for 5.
So that was the last 6. A long hop for Rabbi, and he cashes in. Perhaps the biggest. Once again, Mossadegh goes long. Enough elevation. One bounce over the rope. He joins the party and slaps a choke out of the park for a boundary. Just started from where he left off in the last one day. He played some lusty blows, a little cameo at the very end of the innings. Once again, he comes down the pitch, hits it high. Is it long enough? No! Straight down the throat of the long off fielder. And that's completely harakiri from Mossadegh. Why would you go for another shot when your team is 5 down? The home side is in trouble now. 104 for 6. Once again, it was Fuller. His eyes light up. He went down the pitch and was looking for another lusty blow, but just picking out the fielder at the deep. As he's got another wicket, Mossadegh goes back for 4. Well played by Nasum. Bit of misfield. Will leak some runs. It's racing to the fence and it's a boundary. A welcome one for Bangladesh A. So with this boundary, the 23rd over comes to a close. Bangladesh A are 110 for 6. The last boundary, due to a misfield inside the 30 yards ring. Rabbi comes down the pitch, hits it over the top, and that will sail away for half a dozen. Brings up his 50 in style. 51 from 57. And it's a no ball as well, rubbing salt into the wound. And it's going to be a free hit. So another license for Rabbi to go for a big shot once again. There you go. That came from the meaty part of the willow. Once again, he goes straight down the ground. That's the biggest of the day. It's been disappeared. Back-to-back 6s for the man in form. After 25, Bangladesh A are 125 for 6 after 24. I beg your pardon.
White ball cricket. Ben Lister back and immediately greeted with an absolute punch, an absolute slap down the ground by Nasum. It's a boundary of the first delivery. Just take a look, length ball, slightly perhaps short on series. Again, this time it's pulled away, the connection is even better. Just a bounce before it crosses the boundary. So 2 4s in this over, both from the bat of Nasum. Take a look, seeing it's short, just nicely picked it up. Now that's 2 full and down the leg side will be easy pickings for Nasum. In fact, it's not off the bat will be wides, 5 of them. 13 runs off the over so far. Look at what Nasum is trying to do. Taking a stance outside the crease. Toto. Now that's straight down the ground. What a shot! One bounce to the boundary. Beautiful shot by Yasir Ali Rabbi. Was slightly overpitched, but make no mistake, that was a glorious straight drive. Short pulled away. Not really in control. The fielder coming underneath it and takes it. What a fantastic grab. Ben Lister has the wicket, and it's the big fish. Yasir Ali has to depart. That is a catch and a half. You can see immediately he's thinking of what else he could have done. He could have guided it to the other end. Instead, he tries to pull it and almost gets the top end of the bat, the top edge, and wow, running forward. It's the catch. Yasir gone for 63 from 65 mid-wicket. And over the top. The outside edge brings Nasum 4 more runs. The short third was perhaps in place for exactly that shot. But Nasum got enough bat on it, and it went fine enough. There you see it. He'll gleefully oblige and take those 4 more runs. Wow, shots of catch it, but it goes into the gap. Nasum gets 4 more through that deep third region once again.
It took the outside edge. And as the fielder from deep third was inside the 30 yards ring, just after penetrating. Short, he takes him on and hits it out of the park for a boundary. What a start to this over for Bangladesh and Nasum, expecting to bowl. It was short. It was spinning away. Nasum got ample time to rock back and thump it.
Ooh, the paddle. And the finger goes up. Finally, a breakthrough for New Zealand A. And it's Naim trying something fancy, out of the ordinary.
It's bowled magnificently throughout this innings. And eventually, some justice for him. Naim was looking for that paddle scoop. He goes back for 10.
Now in place. Oh, clean bowled. Maybe that's why Mugidul Mugdho doesn't survive long enough. Just 2 deliveries before he's gone. 2 wickets and just 2 runs. Bangladesh A 180 for 9.
There was no need of playing this shot. Flight, turn, and that does the trick for Foxy. Mugdho went for a reckless shot and literally threw his wicket away. Bangladesh A are 180 for 9.
And goes for it. Is it in the gap? Yes, it is. That's another boundary from the bat of Nasum. Moves into the 40s. Just removing his front leg once again. Giving it all the power and muscling it. Just a mighty heave. Again, this time it's guided down the deep third region. That was intentional. 4 more runs. The second boundary in this over against Abbas. Watching it till the very end and then guiding it, using the pace on the ball. Smart batting by Nasum. He scored quite a few runs in that region, in fact. Some off the edge this time. Oh, the second ball. He gives it the big hoik. And in the end gets a boundary. That's the first boundary for Ibadat Hussain. So the advice that Nasum has been given and has been giving Ibadat is paying off. Look at that. Gets enough on it. Ibadat deals with this one as well. It's racing away. In the end, it goes all the way. He does that. This time much more squarer off the wicket. It's timed very well. They don't get 2. They get 4 in fact because of the misfield. A rare misfield by New Zealand. And the crowd enjoys it. Nasum reaches his 50 as a result. Now this time, it's in the air and it goes all the way. What a shot, straight down the ground by Nasum. 6 more. Found it in his slot and he gave it everything. Bisecting the two fielders at long on and long off. This time, as I mentioned, something might happen. A fielder underneath it and gets it. Takes the catch. That's the end of the innings. Nasum has to depart, having scored 67. Bangladesh A all out for 227. Here we see it. I mentioned just a while ago, you get the feeling something is going to happen. Nasum will go for the big shot. Lennox too smart on this occasion. And that's the breakthrough. Yes, Carter with the catch. Was an easy grab for him at cover point. And in the end, yes, high fives and played some really good shots. Should have had 3 figures. He too threw his wicket away. Ben Lister getting him with a short ball. Afif really didn't get a start, and in the end, 7 wickets in fact, with Dean Foxcroft's 2 wickets and the 2 pacers, Zach Folkes and Ben Lister, taking 3 amongst them. The number of extras, something that New Zealand A will want to work on. And yes, this is what they need. 228 when they come back to bat from 300 deliveries. They'll have 10 wickets in hand. The third and final one-dayer from the Sylhet International Cricket Stadiums. It's not any cooler here at Sylhet. It is hot, sweltering outside, and it is quite humid as the captain of Bangladesh A, Nurul Hasan Sohan, comes out with the 2 umpires. Umpire Murshid Ali Khan, the other batter, high score of 87. Just 14 List A matches so far. Rip and roaring, and here's what Dale Phillips can do. Ibadat Hussain will be opening proceedings. Was the man immediately on the money. Oh, up and over. That is timed to perfection. Dale Phillips. What a talent. That's the first 6 of the match and his first of the match. Just timing it to perfection was Dale Phillips. Using the pace of the bowler. Again, look at that, squeezing it out. And the fielder at deep third, even though he put on the dive, I believe it was Mosaddeq Hossain Shoykot, couldn't reach it. Not really a bad delivery, just slightly back of a length, and beautifully played. He's got so much time and timing, both, you have to say. A long on. Oh, a reverse sweep now. Mariu, look at that. Beautifully played all along the ground. That's his first boundary. New Zealand A are off to a flyer. Second delivery, despite the turn. Took a calculated risk, Rice Mariu. Wasn't a bad ball, just a very good shot. Driven beautifully through the covers. Rice Mariu gets his second boundary. Ibadat proving to be expensive here. 7 runs from the over already. He's got 1 ball left. Just a good looking shot all along the carpet, making sure he found the gap. Oh, beautifully played. Lap sweeps it and gets 4 runs. Mariu's third 4. And he's showing all sorts of innovation right now. For Nasum Ahmed, was not the best of deliveries down the leg side, and Mariu took full toll, dealing with it in kind. And that means Bangladesh, wow, on the up, Shouts of catch it. Nobody's getting that. Went like a rocket. 4 more to Phillips. Just perhaps not middled enough, but had enough power and muscle to just zoot across the ground through the covers and oh, now that will be 5 extra penalty runs for Bangladesh A. What happened needs to be seen again. Ibadat, he bowled it so well. Chauhan was standing in a very peculiar position, not his usual wicket-keeping spot. Move which didn't pay off. This one goes over the top and in for a boundary. Mosaddeq Hossain Shoikot is greeted with a 4 by Rice Mariu as New Zealand A motor along. They're on to 45 now in the 6th over, and there will be a change in commentary as Alif replaces me. Alif, welcome back.
Thank you so much, Shahanur. Once again, the sweep comes out. Once again, it's a boundary. Mosaddeq has been hit for back-to-back boundaries, and he will be under the cosh. Nothing is working in favor of Bangladesh A. A beautiful sweep comes out, goes for the reverse, gets it through the gap. That will be the 3rd boundary of this over. This is turning into an expensive one. And the 50 comes up for New Zealand A in quick time. Sweep has been a fruitful option for the New Zealand A batters. The conventional ones, the reverse, everything is working in their favor. So the spell goes on. Backs away, gets through the gap. It will result in a boundary for Dale Phillips. It was beautifully placed. Slightly backing away and getting through the gap. Goes again. This time even better. It sails over for half a dozen. 10 runs from the first 2. Mosaddeq is feeling the heat. Yes, quicker. And it was conducive for Phillips to time the ball to perfection.
Oh, it's gone through everybody and will run away for 4 byes. Unlucky on this occasion is the bowler Naim.
Goes for the reverse. The finger goes up. That's the first blood. And that's been drawn by Nasum Ahmed. He gets Mariu. And Bangladesh A are related.
The reverse sweep not ending up connecting with the ball. See, it's the flight of the ball. It's so full. And it hits him on the full. Nasum Ahmed, having scored all those runs now, he will be the front runner. Mariu gone for 33 from 33 deliveries.
Too close to cut. However, he connects well and gets through the gap. Does Nick Kelly, the skipper, finds his first boundary.
Not really a bad ball, but look at that. Almost playing it to evade his stumps being rattled. And now, this is going fine. Will be another boundary. 4s in a row from the captain Kelly.
The bowler Naim can consider himself so unlucky. That wasn't a bad ball either. It took an inside edge and eluded that short fine leg fielder. Mugto had no chance to intervene and stop. And in this scorching turf,
Oh, clean bowled! He does the trick. 9 strikes. He was building the pressure, and it pays off in the end. The final ball of the over brings about the wicket on the money. As I was saying, he's challenging the stumps, and he gets one to hit it.
but missed it completely. Yes, not enough full to sweep. And he found his stumps rattled, just hitting the top. Phillips departs scoring 34.
Timed nicely on the onside. Will be a chase for the fielder. In the end, the ball winning the race.
Bijoy should have done better on that occasion. Yes, it was well timed, but he made a good run. If the dive was properly timed, then he could have saved the boundary.
Oh, down the leg side. Will be 4 more runs. Easy pickings for Carter on this occasion. No protection there. And even if there was, it raced away. That brings up the 100 for the New Zealand A team. 103 for 2.
Now the best of the deliveries from Mugto. Yes, it was quick, but it was sliding down the leg. What the batter had to do, just put some bat.
Off now. Gets down the track. Finds the gap through the covers. That's a boundary for Kelly. A very good looking shot. Pressure released.
The skipper decides to break the shackles, and that was hit with lot of authority. He came down the pitch and caressed it through the offside. A beautiful looking shot.
Region. Clean bowled! The final ball does the trick. It was full. Kelly was looking to play across the line. Missed it altogether. And that's the 3rd wicket. He has to depart. The captain has to go. New Zealand A. 124 for 3. Mossadegh Hossain Shoikot with the breakthrough. Just take a look. Playing across the line at a full ball. Was expecting it to be slightly shorter. Kelly, he departs for 19 from 33 and a cover. Pulled away nicely between the 2 fielders at the deep. Will get another boundary. Carter moves on to 24 with that. A really good looking shot. Saw the length and just guided it nicely along the carpet. The outfield did the rest, as did the pace of the bowler. There was a deep fine leg.
Lifts it over the top. Gets a boundary, does Joe Carter. And this spoils the over. Also succeeding. Commentator's blessing. Inside edge. Onto the stumps. Wicket for Nasum Ahmed. A long stay for Joe Carter comes to an end. It's 143 for 4. Yes, going to his back foot. And then chopping it on. The celebration for the Bangladeshi players. Disappointment. Carter departs scoring 33. You are number 4 and 5 respectively. And it's a boundary. It's a boundary to commence the next over. Over number 30. And it's 150 on the board for New Zealand Day. First boundary for Abbas as well.
And this time it's driven. Abbas finds the gap and finds the boundary. A pressure releasing shot.
Through covers, and Abbas took the full advantage of it. Driving on the up. And exploiting that offside field. Bisected those 2 fielders neatly.
And there's the breakthrough. That's exactly what I was talking about. Outside off stump full. Get the batter driving. Abbas gets the outside edge. And the wicketkeeper, Nurul Hassan Chauhan, was prepared for that. And that's wicket number 5 gone for New Zealand A.
That's the second wicket for Naeem Hassan. It was outside the off stump, enticing the batter to go for the drive. And Abbas just nicking it to the keeper. Abbas departs scoring 19. Looks close, very, very close. And the credit finger goes up from Ghazi Sohail. That's wicket number 6 for New Zealand A. Curtis if he has to walk back.
2 wickets in 2 overs. And Bangladesh A are right back in this. New Zealand A 166 for 6 now. You see it pitching in line. Yeah. He moved across. It was going straight onto the stumps. Curtis gone for 10 off 26. Now played very fine. Is this going to be a boundary? It's trickling down, and it is. A boundary after a long time from the bat of Folks. This will give New Zealand A breath of fresh air and some breathing room, some respite. You look at that. Seeing he's bowling stump to stump, choosing to go for that paddle sweep option, and there's no protection that fine. Yes, there is a short fine leg, there is a short third, but nothing that protects a ball that will go that fine. You can bowl. That's too full. Will find the gap, beats the fielder. 4 more runs. Dean Foxcroft edging New Zealand A closer towards victory. Moves on to 17. Not the best of deliveries by Ibadat. 2 full toss on the pads.
That's nicely played. It will result in a boundary. This is the reason why I was wondering why Mukto hasn't been used beforehand. He should have been adjusted with the condition. This is his second over of the series, and that's into the business end. Short, pulled, in the gap. It will be a boundary. A welcome one for New Zealand. Are in the middle. It was a short delivery. As I already mentioned, the leg side boundary is not protected much. There is only a fielder at deep backward square leg. So Foxcroft pulled it in front of square. And after penetrating the infield, he knew that he's going to get some runs. And eventually he got 4 of it. Low full toss. Goes straight down the ground. 2 men are after it. And the ball eventually wins the race by beating 2 fielders. Foxcroft gets another boundary and he is leading his side to the victory. New Zealand they need 3 runs more for winning it. Yes, low full toss. He played it straight. Mugdho and Shoikot were at mid-off and mid-on. Both of them were chasing. Shoikot dived for it, but made a bit of mistake, and his dive. That's it. That's to the cap. And it will be a boundary which confirms the victory of New Zealand A. Their first victory of the series as well as the tour. They confirmed their victory by 4 wickets. Courtesy to these 2 batters, Folks and Foxcroft. They batted superbly, formed a solid partnership, which eventually led their side to win the 3rd and the final one day of the series. This is how the winning runs came. Pushed through the gap. The fielders didn't have much to do. without just watching. Everyone was standing in the close-in positions. So right after exploiting that gap, folks, he knew that he has confirmed the victory for his side. Big smile in the New Zealand A dugout, and they should be smiling after winning their first encounter of the tour. The winner of the third and the final one day is New Zealand A. So a big congratulations to them, and tough luck for the home side Bangladesh A. They played well but made a few changes. This is how the batting summary looks like. Collective efforts from the New Zealand A batters. Muriu and Phillips had a good start, but then the Bangladesh bowlers dominated in the middle overs. After that, to defend a low total, but in the end, their effort went in vain. 2 wickets for Nasum, Mosaddeq and Naeem Hassan, the Bangladesh spinners. They literally dominated within 49th over, courtesy to that partnership of Dean Foxcroft and Jack Folks. Eventually, it's a victory for them by 4 wickets.
So the champions of the 3-match one-day series, winning a 2-1, Bangladesh A.
For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Download T Sports app to enjoy exciting games and highlights. Visit tsports.com.